This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings. Online at madeformorerealty.com.
One of the things I really enjoy about my job, and honestly it can be a point of frustration, is the people. Like, the people are so interesting. So let me walk you through.
You didn't know that when you got into real estate, you'd have to be a people person.
I did not even cross my mind.
Would you say that, though? Like, if someone is thinking about getting into real estate, would you tell them, well, you have to be a people person? Do you think that's a requirement of the job?
I think in order to be in real estate, you have to be able to understand people. Like, you have to be able to communicate effectively with different personality types. And I don't think that is necessarily like a realtor, like, specific thing. That I would argue is a sales specific thing.
Yeah. Do you think you have to be an outgoing person, or at least be able to be an outgoing person?
Not necessarily. No. So if you're not as outgoing, then typically those people tend to gravitate towards investors or more commercial real estate.
Yeah.
You know, like there's,
or just some people appreciate, there's a lot of people that they think I'm crazy. They're like, oh, I cannot be around Matt, especially my wife.
You're pretty high energy.
Right. And so I wouldn't, there's a lot of people would not appreciate my style, so there's different styles of realtors for different types of people.
There are cookie cutter, like templated, like this is, you have the classic realtor personality. But for example, I'm not your typical classical realtor, and yet Valerie and I sell. Valerie's not either, by the way.
Yeah.
And we've been making a living at this for over a decade.
Yeah.
So
interesting.
But when I just was talking to Valerie, I was driving home one night. I was like, Val, you'll never guess this appointment I went on. And then I'm driving home Saturday morning from a different appointment. I'm like, Val, you'll never guess what appointment I just went on. She's like, oh my gosh, Johnny, do you realize how different those two people groups were? I was like, you're right. And so what happened was, appointment one, it was two ladies. They're getting married, and they bought a house, and they want to remodel the house, and they're going to run a retreat through the house for mother something or other, right? And so they're all about but natural earth, like charging the crystals type of a thing. And then I go on an appointment on Saturday, and they're like, oh, and by the way, they're moving because they want to move to Canada because Trump is president. And they said they weren't going to ask me who I voted for, but if they knew I voted for Trump, they 100%.
This is still couple number one?
This is couple number one.
Okay.
And so they said.
So they're a gay couple.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so they said that if they knew I voted for Trump, absolutely they would not work with me, right? And so that's couple number one. Literally on Friday.
So you went on the appointment. You kept your MAGA hat in the car.
Well, I'm pretty political. I'm hush hush.
Apolitical,
I'm
right?
Very apolitical on the show, and with clients because they don't. You're gonna piss off somebody.
Right. It's true.
I'm very. I can piss people off without telling them my political affiliation. Like I don't need help with it. So that was. Did
they ask you?
They asked, but then I didn't. They asked without asking, but then I just changed the subject. Moving on.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But that was Friday. And then Saturday, I'm sitting in a guy's house, and old Marine, and he wrote a book, and he signed the book, and he hands it to me and he goes, "This is for you. If you're not a conservative, I can't work with you."
Really?
And it was like 10 reasons, like name 10 activities you can do where the government's not taxing you in some shape or form. And he's
he tested you on that.
And he's like, and so
hold on, let me bring up ChatGPT.
So
quick.
Person number one is like really into like anti-Trump. Person number two is really pro-Trump. Person number one is really like anti or pro, like spirituality, moon crystals, things like that. And person number two is very much like your Orthodox type of a Christian. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my life. But that's not atypical.
That's a big win though. Were you able to successfully sign listing agreements with both of them?
So the situation with both of them is I don't know if it makes sense for them to move right now. And so short answer is no. But both of them said, Johnny, you're my realtor.
Oh, that's cool.
If we
that's
decide,
a big win that you're able to appeal to all different shapes, sizes, and colors of people on this planet.
All different types. Yeah.
Wow.
But I just thought that was just a funny. Like it wasn't like 6 months apart. It was like
the same
Friday,
day.
Saturday, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is wild.
You know what you're getting into when you walk into those homes?
No.
You have any idea? No.
So there's telltale signs. Like like based on people's art, based on how they talk, things that they say, because it is their home, so naturally they should feel more comfortable, and it's decorated the way they want it to be decorated. And so over the years, there's certain things I'm like, oh. So there were certain things in both those houses where I was like, I kind of know where you stand on this, so I'm not going to make those jokes.
Yeah, I think when you're in sales, whether you agree or disagree, or you think the person across from the table for you is a nut job and crazy, you have to have some level of empathy and try to find ways that you agree with the person, or at least find some commonalities where you can understand them a little bit more.
You don't have to agree, but you have to understand.
Yeah.
Look at it through their perspective. And so one of the biggest things, like if somebody's looking to get into real estate or even just sales in general, one of the things that has helped me out more times than I can count is I just agree with them. Absolutely. I agree with you. I'm with you. Totally get it. Like regardless of, hey, I really, and then apologizing. I apologize. It's my fault. And
yes. Be quick to apologize, for sure.
So just whether you're
that works in marriage too.
Whether you're wrong or not, just agreeing with them, and it just diffuses the situation. Because as soon as you start fighting back, they dig in their heels and it just escalates.
I go with, I hear you. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Instead of saying I agree, I don't say
I agree. None of those things.
Oh, that's just what you said.
I'm with you.
Oh, okay.
I'm with you.
I thought you said, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm with you. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That makes sense. That's a good one. And again, it's not trying to be salesy or disingenuous. It's just there's no value in me picking a fight right now.
Correct. Right.
You're not going to hear anything I say until we establish some form of an agreement, and then we can move forward with a more productive conversation.
Right. Yeah.
So
that's good strategy. I appreciate that.
But speaking,
I hear what you're saying, Johnny.
You hear what I'm saying? You get it? You with me?
Makes sense to me.
Yep. There we go. Great. Now we're gonna be doing this to each other for the rest of the show's life. But speaking of nothing, actually, just great properties.
That's a good one. Speaking of nothing,
I agree. 3862 Mission Ave in Carmichael. This is
3862 Mission Avenue in Carmichael.
So everybody loves Carmichael.
Where's Mission Avenue in Carmichael? Is that off of Watt Avenue?
Here, let me pull it up.
I'm just trying to picture the area because I know Carmichael. I used to live in Carmichael off of El Camino Avenue. I love Carmichael.
So this is.
Did you know like 95608 is one of the top zip codes in our area? Did you know that?
Top in terms of
just those homes. I forget what the statistic is because it's been a long time since I lived in Carmichael. But Vladi Divac's lived in Carmichael. You've got a lot of Joyce Rayleigh's, one of the founders of Rayleigh's, lived in Carmichael. A lot of people like that area, especially along the river. There's a lot of great neighborhoods in Carmichael. I loved living in Carmichael.
It's kind of off Auburn Boulevard and Walnut.
Walnut. Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay. So, Mission Avenue. Sure. I know where you're talking about now.
Mission Avenue, great neighborhood, corner lot. And this house has two-car garages. So there's one that's attached to the building. So
garage.
4-car garage total. So there's one that's attached to the home, and there's a detached 2-car garage. It could be a shop, man cave, turn it into ADU. It has a pool, has an expansive covered patio. The only thing that the house doesn't have is it just really hasn't been updated over the years. So it's considered like a blank slate, but the bones of the house, the things that you cannot change, they're already there.
So how many square feet and how many bedrooms and baths?
Yeah, so 4 bedrooms, 3 baths.
4 bedrooms, 3 baths. Okay.
Yeah, 1970 square feet, so just shy of 2,000 square feet.
1970, and it's a 4-bedroom.
And it's on a 1/4-acre lot. Like, it's a big lot.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, that one's listed right now for $649,500, so $650,000.
It's on Mission Avenue. So what year was it built?
Oh.
Because you say it hasn't been upgraded. Would you say it hasn't been upgraded since its construction?
Yeah, I would not say. I mean, there's been updates, but like the kitchen and everything is pretty similar to what it looked like when it was constructed. And I'm looking at the year built, 1960.
So you're talking about 1960s kitchen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it will need some upgrades.
It's got that
then.
tile. It's got the wood, the 60s type wood cabinets.
Right. But other than that, it's got good bones and no No major repairs, would you say?
No, and the house right next to it sold for $725.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Right. And so
well,
we're
I'm
at
telling you
$650.
again, Carmichael is a great zip code. It's a great area. I love Carmichael.
And if you buy this house, you put in some flooring, put in some cabinets, do the kitchen and bathroom. Let's say you spend $50,000 on it all, maybe $60,000. You're still money ahead, and you have the 2-car garage, which the other property did not have, and you got this beautiful covered patio. Anyways, I think the right buyer is going to come along and scoop this one up.
Yeah, and it's got a pool.
Beautiful pool, and a spa, and it's a built-in spa. It's just stunning. But here's one. This is a unique home. So every now and then I walk into a home, I'm like, that's different.
Is unique a friendly way to put it?
I'm definitely not being mean. I'm like, okay. There's so much potential.
So tell us about it.
Because I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Let me just tell you this: 3 bedrooms.
First, where is it?
It's in Citrus Heights.
Where in Citrus Heights?
6604 Chalice Court in Citrus Heights.
Chalice Court. Okay.
You driving up to it, you're going to be like, "What the heck? What is this $1 million property doing? This does not."
It's a $1 million home in Citrus Heights.
Yes. Well, yeah, that's the other thing too. And you're like, this does not make sense. But it backs up to this green belt. It is stunning. There's other big homes in this like little semi-gated community. Like again, very, very unique situation. But guess how so it's 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. Guess how many square feet it has?
2,100 square feet.
Sounds about right, right? 3,713. This is almost a 4,000 square foot home. And it's 3 bedrooms and 3 baths. And
there definitely had to be additions to it.
No, it was how it was constructed. And so what happened? So the people that lived there originally, the owner, she had a dance studio, and the dance studio was built upstairs over the garage, and it's huge. It's like a banquet hall, and there's wood floors, and there are like sinks, and you could easily fit 100 people upstairs. It's huge. And what they use it for, and so what the owner wants to use it for is, he originally intended, hey, let me make some more additional bedrooms up there, throw another bathroom up there, and then he'd still have like a large game room. So he could easily turn this into like a 6-7 bedroom house.
Oh, wow.
Right? And have like tons of space. And the garage is super cool underneath because it's like a 3-ish car garage, but you can pull through one of the bays into another area. And so
interesting.
Like
wow. Interesting property. Very unique. Does it have a pool or no pool?
No pool. No pool, but it is so quiet out there, and it is so pretty, just lined with oak trees.
Sure, I'm looking at it now. I know where that's at, right near the Greenbelt. Yeah.
It is it's a rare find. Like this, I'm trying to look at the square footage of the room. So the room is like,
it's near San Juan and Greenback. It's near San Juan and Greenback.
The room is like that ballroom is almost 37.
So what do you do with a room like that?
By 33 square feet.
So I purchased this home. What am I supposed to do with that room like that? A game room, a theater.
You could build additional bedrooms, throw in another bathroom up there because it's already plumbed.
Oh, really?
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
And so you could easily throw 3 bedrooms up there, no issue whatsoever.
Oh my goodness! That's what's the address again?
It is 6604 Chalice Court in Citrus Heights.
That's quite a unique property.
Yeah, so if somebody was looking to maybe want to pad split this thing, they might be able to pad split it, like in terms of like increasing the bedroom and bathroom count and renting it out. You could have a dance studio. You could have an event center. You could do weddings on this property, turn it into a wedding venue. Like there's tons of parking.
Oh, it's got great curb appeal. The fountain in the front. Lots, and it's more than just the there's like a drive. There's what do you call that? Like a driveway. It's
like a circle.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, and then the last property. Again, I don't want to talk too much about the properties, but this one I'm surprised it has not flown off the market. Like it has 117 saves on Zillow. Like just a lot of interest. Probably thousands of views across Zillow and Homes.com. It's been on the market about 30 days. But what's special about this property is it has an ADU in the back, like an ADU type property. Again, it was built decades ago, and so it's not technically permitted, but it's just a really cool property. Tons of potential, well maintained. It's beautiful. This one is technically 3 bedrooms, 2 baths for $499.
Wow. Where's that at?
It's on 1325 Glenwood Road in Sacramento.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
if folks want to find more information and they missed the address and they want to look at some pictures or maybe go do a showing.
in person or virtual, go to madeformorerealty.com. It's madeformorerealty.com. We're happy to show it to you.